Dark Lamont Hill. Do you know where this stems from? Do you know what you've said to make Brian McKnight feel this way? What do you have to say about it? I'll totally move out the way now.
All right, let me say a couple of things. Let me think, because I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
We ain't gonna talk about the nigga. Shoot at the nigga. Shoot that nigga. Fuck it.
First, it's based on the comments we had up here, the conversation we had up here. So I don't remember us saying nothing that crazy about him. I don't remember.
We've said
we did.
I don't think it was crazy.
I haven't, but
no, I don't think there's anything crazy about him. I don't remember calling him an asshole, but he's an asshole. Let me be clear. Brian McKnight, is this my camera? Brian McKnight, you are an asshole. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. It's not a beef. We ain't got no issues. You're just an asshole. I'm basing that on having interviewed Brian McKnight lots of times. Since you bring, I wasn't going to mention this, but I've interviewed you lots of times. You were rude and nasty to everybody on my crew. Everybody on my team, you were nice to me. But the measure of being an asshole isn't how you treat the host. It's how you treat everybody around him. Yeah. And you've been a dickhead to them. No disrespect to you, except you're an asshole. I was in an airport in Eastern Europe. I was headed somewhere. You were headed somewhere different. I watched a woman come up to you and ask you for an autograph, and you completely ignored and disrespected her and walked off. You're an asshole. But that's not why we're talking about this. So you say, I don't know. You're right. I don't know you. But I don't have to know you to know you're an asshole. I don't get into your family business. Your family business has nothing to do with me, except when you make it public. And when you put your family in public on blast, that might make you an asshole. That's all I'm saying. When you have children and you say my children are the product of evil, that might make you an asshole. When somebody says, yo, but the Bible says you should love your children, you say my older children were the product of sin. That might make you an asshole. Yeah. That's just a fact. When you have a child named Brian McKnight Jr., and then you fall out with them, have a new baby, name him Brian McKnight with a different middle name, and then legally change your name to the new kid's name, you tried to start back at one with your kids? Nigga, that might make you an asshole. So please, don't act like you better than us. You're not. You worse than us. If you want to come up here and debate, I'm sure they would let you debate. But you didn't contact nobody. You're lying, just like your children say you lie. And for the record, I have spoken to your children off the record. And they've told me a laundry list of shit about you that's way worse than anything that's ever happened in the public. I'm not going to say that on air. We could keep that between me and you. But if you keep doing this, I will put it out.
See, that's the thing.
So now, if you want the smoke, keep coming, or we can just stop this right here, my brother. God bless.
Brian McKnight. First of all, let's do this.
Marc Lamont Hill, nigga.
It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
What's good, people? It's your boy, The Kitchen. Now, what you just heard there was a clip from the latest Patreon episode of the JVP, where Marc Lamont Hill would go off on singer, legendary singer, might I add, Brian McKnight. Now, I don't know where this stems from, but they've had past conversations, and when I say they, I mean the whole JVP as a collective, because whenever Brian McKnight topics will pop up about him and his children, it would spark a lot of debate, it would spark a lot of conversation. Now, I don't remember Marc Lamont Hill slandering Brian McKnight, but what I do remember is Joe going in on Brian McKnight every chance he gets. So I'm surprised that Brian didn't say anything to Joe Button. I mean, why go for Marc Lamont Hill? He didn't say anything out of pocket. And the crazy thing is that Brian McKnight went crazy on that podcast. But if you guys did miss that podcast that started this whole thing, here it is.
But who's that Mark, the guy, the political
Marc
guy?
Lamont Hill.
Let me tell you something. I'd destroy that dude.
Yeah.
I would destroy him. Not physically, but
No,
in
I
a
understand
debate.
what you're saying.
Because you don't even know me. But you call me an asshole?
Yeah. Well, I look at Marc Lamont Hill. There's this segment of people that are what I like to call, they like to champion themselves as intellectuals, right? And that they truly believe that they're smarter than everybody else. But I don't really believe that because I never see the results.
Right.
It never translates, right? So
I see people hand him I see people handing him his ass all the time.
yeah, it's easy.
Now, like I said, I'm surprised he brought this energy to Marc Lamont Hill and not Joe Button. Because there's a track record of Joe just shitting on Brian McKnight, even on topics where he doesn't come up, mentioning how bad of a father he is, mentioning how he walked out on his children, mentioning how much of a bad person he is despite his music being amazing. Like, there's mad comments of Joe Budden just slandering Brian McKnight. And to be fair, this guy is a horrible person. I'm not going to hold you. Now, I don't know him to call him a horrible person, but just by his actions, the way he moves, the way he's ignored his family, like, I believe he just had a son that passed. Rest in peace to him. He had cancer and he had no relationship with his son. And he only really addressed the passing of his son because mad people on social media would talk about how much of a deadbeat he is. And when he addressed it, he came off as very nonchalant. He came off like he didn't really care. There wasn't a tear in sight. In fact, he didn't even look sad. He was addressing the whole thing while driving. He didn't sit down, he didn't prop up his camera. It just felt like he was running errands and just thought to himself, oh, I might as well just talk about the passing of my son. So he turned the camera on. That's what it looked like to me. But when it's his other son's birthday, that's not his biological son, might I add, he's quick to tell him happy birthday. And if you guys ain't seen that clip, here it is.
Welcome, everyone. But today is a very special day. Very, very special day. Today is Jack's 22nd birthday. So we're going to do that for Jack right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack boy. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. To you, my son.
But how do you guys feel about this whole situation? Do you guys feel like Marc went a little too far? Because honestly, I didn't know Marc would unleash like this. Marc went crazy. He mentioned instances where Brian McKnight displayed how much of an arsehole he is. He mentioned his children talking about him. Marc kind of went crazy. And I'm not going to lie, this may set a precedent for people not to mess with Marc Lamont Hill. He may come off as intellectual, he may come off as witty, but a lot of people take that for weakness, and he's already showed that he'll take it there. Remember the flip back and forth? Remember the ish back and forth? Now it's Brian McKnight. He shoots at everybody. He keeps the same energy. He's on what you're on. So I wonder if this may set a precedent and will teach people not to mess with Marc Lamont Hill. But like I said, let me know how you guys feel about this. And until next time, it's your boy The Kitchen. Deuces.